I'm Bonnie.
And I'm Alyssa.
And we're partners. We've been dating for a little over 3 years now.
Yes.
I wanted to ask how you two met.
We used a dating app actually called Her, which is just like the female version of like Bumble or OkCupid. Like
Any
that
of the
kind
dating
of thing.
apps. Yeah, it's for lesbians specifically.
Yeah. It's more tame than Tinder. So we met through that, and then we were both still living in downtown Los Angeles at the time. So, and it was the first person that I met who was actually close to me. Everybody else that I met was like in Hesperia or like 2 hours away or something. And I was like, "You're down the street from me." And she told me about this thing called revolving sushi that I had never heard of. And I was like, whoa, that's like, yeah, let's do it. That's going to be where we meet. It has to be. The night that we were supposed to go, I messaged her, what time do you want to go? And then she didn't answer me. And I messaged her again a few hours later. She didn't answer me. So then I said, really late at night, I was like, okay, I guess we're not doing this. And then she finally answered, and she said, you haven't been answering me all day. I thought you were going to stand me up. And I was like, no, you didn't answer me. So then we said,
no.
Yeah, it was literally one of those like 21st century internet things. But we sent screenshots to each other, and we both actually sent messages, but we never received them.
And I'm thinking, my outfit's terrible. And I changed like 15 more times, and I have a meltdown because all of my outfits are bad. And then I look at my phone again, and she still hasn't messaged me. And I was like, I'm ugly.
Yeah, so that happened then. Yeah, we just ended up getting together way later than we were supposed to, and she just came over to my place, and we just hung out. And then we never actually ended up going to Revolving Sushi until our first year anniversary, and we went for that.
We ended up vibing so well that it was like meeting an instant best friend. So we suddenly were like, oh, I have this hiking spot I like to go to. And then I like to watch this true crime thing. Oh, and I like to do this other thing. And then she did special effects makeup, and I loved that kind of stuff. So I would sit in and model for her. And
That's
just
amazing.
like, it all happened very quickly.
Yeah, you didn't even need Revolving Sushi to find a connection. Yeah, you guys were off to the races.
We both lost our jobs around the same time in early March. And then we kind of were just like inside for about 4 months.
How has that like changed your relationship, or has it?
I feel like it was a double-edged sword. We ended up finding out, one, so many bad habits that we weren't realizing. Like, so many of our fights were so confusing, and now we had the time to break it down and see, what are we fighting about? And we found out that in a lot of our fights, I'm fighting about one thing and she's fighting about another thing, but we don't even realize that it's two different fights.
Yeah, we have the same kind of miscommunication that shows up in almost every time we have a disagreement. It's that kind of miscommunication.
And then we see all of our friends are like breaking up and moving back home with their parents.
Yeah,
and that
a
puts
lot
a
of
different fear in our bodies. Typically, like we hang out in couples. All of our friends are other couples. So now we were looking at all of our friends. We're like, which of the two do we hang out with? How do we do this?
I mean, what do you think you guys are doing differently than, say, the people who are breaking up? Like, what works for you so far to stay sane around each other?
Sometimes you just gotta take a walk and let the other person breathe, because we are spending all day, every day together.
Yeah.
So it might not even be a fight that's worth your time.
I have to stop comparing things from before to now, because it's not normal right now.
Right.
And before is completely different to now.
It's easy to say, well, I know you and I know how you react to things, but it's like, yeah, but this is me reacting to things after being out of my normal life for a long period of time.
I realized that I was pretty negative about my outlook on a lot of things. And it started off from being very sarcastic, but then I ended up actually thinking negatively about certain things. And so Bonnie's really good at being like, what did you say? No, we don't say that. How would you say something else? If you're uncomfortable, that's probably when you're going to get the most out of something and you're going to grow the most. And I'm like, well, I'm certainly uncomfortable.
At the end of the day, like, everybody seems to just really feel more understood by the other person because of all of this one-on-one time. So when we did that 4-minute stare, like, do you think if you did that now, you would feel differently than when you did it before quarantine?
Yeah, I think I'd feel a lot more at ease, honestly.
Yeah, she was like shaking.
I just got nervous because like,
Right.
I don't know why. I sat down and then right when we started, I just got nervous and I was like, why am I so nervous?
What advice would you give to couples in quarantine right now, or just in general, of like how to navigate like a long-term relationship?
The internet's always been a thing, but now it's been like right there all the time with everybody, and just you can't compare yourself to other people.
Thank you both for taking the time. Catch y'all on the flip side.
Yeah.
Alrighty. That sounds good. Thank you. Stay
Thank
safe.
you.
Bye.